So hello everyone, thank you so much for being here in our first what I'm teaching this week of 2021. I was really hoping that it would be back in the classroom, but it is not. I am in the building, but the kids are still not. So I'm still teaching virtually, going since March. So if you are new to virtual teaching, you are in the correct place, because we're gonna talk all about 4th and 5th graders and what they're learning and all the stuff on Zoom. So we're gonna jump right on in. I see my students for a week at a time, which is why I do like a month for these videos. So I have like the same kids Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, and then next week I'll have a different set of kids, so it takes like a whole month to get back to them. It's very strange. It is what it is, but that's why I do it in this format. And this week, 5th grade and 4th grade are learning about opera and the waltz, because we are supposed to be doing this Link Up program from Carnegie Hall, and it's something that like my district does, and we normally get to go to a concert. So we learn all these pieces and then go to a concert, but we're not actually going to a concert. So I'm not sure if we're actually gonna do all the stuff, but I started teaching them the stuff for it in case I decided that we will do it. But I will link that below because it is a free resource you can check out actually. For my 5th graders, they come in on Monday and we just get started. We review all the rules because that's, you know, what you always gotta do. And then after that, we practice some rhythms. So I have them stand up, and instead of just like clapping rhythms, because it's kind of boring, I have them put the rhythms in their feet. So they are stomping the rhythms, and I put on like a backing track from Little Kids Rock, which are like free backing tracks that you can check out. And so put that on, and I just hold up different rhythm cards on the screen and they just echo them back to me. We start in 4/4 because that's like our typical what we do, and then we move to 5/4. Hello, Miss Robinson. And then we go to 3/4. So we're trying all the different ones out, and I ask them at the end of that, I'm like, all right, so which one was the hardest? They have said overwhelmingly the 5/4 was the hardest to do. But the whole point is that we're gonna learn about the waltz. So that's why I did this whole big thing, so that they're getting their movement out, also remembering like, oh, I know what a rhythm is. So after that, we are learning about the waltz today. So I show them where the waltz is from, like a little map that shows Austria and Germany. And we learn that a waltz is a style of music. I do this with mirror words, so I have them echo me. So we say, mirrors up, mirrors up. The waltz is a style of music that is a dance in 3/4 time. And the first beat is emphasized, mirrors away. So they repeat each of those things with the actions, which means I get to see if they're doing it, even if I can't hear them, which is wonderful on Zoom. And then we review like, oh yeah, I know what a time signature is. And this is probably one of my favorite parts. We look at a couple of different patterns with rhythms and work on emphasizing that first beat. So they're just like little 3/4 patterns, and we just like clap the first one extra loud. And then after that, we listen to our first waltz, and I have them do, I tell them they can stand up and do step, tiptoe, step, tiptoe, step, tiptoe, or they can do clap, snap, snap, clap, snap, snap, clap, snap, snap. So we emphasize the first beat of each measure. And we have been doing actually a song from The Greatest Showman. It's The Greatest Showman. It's Tightrope, the song that his wife sings for him, and it is a waltz, and it's really cute and it's fun and it's a little more modern, so it like kind of hooks them in. And so we just do our little pattern as we do that. Then after that, I show them these pictures and I say, now we're gonna listen to another waltz. And I show them pictures and I'm like, what do these pictures have in common? And it takes them a while, but they figure out that they are both pictures of rivers. And so this is Blue Danube, which is the one we are learning today. And so I show them what the Danube is because it's a river, and so I don't want them to be like, I don't know what this random thing is, because that's valid. After that, we learned the box step. So the box step is like the simple version of the waltz. You literally go in a box. It's very, very easy. It's just step, front, side together, back, side together, front, side together, back, side together. And since they're all at home on Zoom, we don't have to worry about like, partners and facing each other and who's going front and who's going back. We just do it all by ourselves, and we try that with the Blue Danube song for a little bit. And then after that, I have them fill out a little thing that just says what we listen to, what style of music it's from, waltz, and then I just ask them what did you notice? What did you think? And did you like it or not? And so they answered those 3 questions. One thing that I will tell you is that I have discovered that instead of assigning assignments in my learning management system, which always made us have like an extra 10 minutes of finding the assignment, I have learned instead to make a Google Slides presentation that is all the same slides. So I just did like a little this and just had one for each person, and I give them the link in the chat. They go to one slide, so I say like so-and-so go to 1, so-and-so go to 2, so-and-so go to 3, and they go to that slide, they put their name on it, and then they answer the questions on that slide. The reason is because then I have all of that class in one document, as opposed to in my learning management system where it's just like all of 5th grade, so I can never find anybody. And so I'm like trying to put grades in and I'm like, I don't know if you did this because I can't find it, and it's just a hot mess. The other thing is you can watch as they're doing it, which is really great because then you can see who is actually doing things, and you can say like, oh no, you put that in the wrong place. Oh, hey, you haven't done anything. You need to get in there. Why are 2 people on the same side? All of those fun things. And yeah, so it's just like really good organizationally, and I just figured this out and I was like, this is a game changer. And I just saved them all in my drive as like Walt's Jacobs, because that's like the class that I have this week is Miss Jacobs' class. So really, really great. This waltz activity is in my TBT shop, so I will link that down below in case you are interested in doing that as well. On Tuesday, my kids come in and we are doing a virtual field trip. So when I found out that our kids were not coming back in person and we were still online, I was like, I'm running out of ideas because I've been online since March, and so I just, yeah, I'm in that spot. So I decided to try virtual field trips, and I have to say that I am now obsessed. So this is my Carmen virtual field trip. It's really simple. Basically, it's on Google Slides, and the first slide is always like a map. And so mine just has like different characters and stuff. And then when you click on everything, then it takes you to different things. So like when you click on the story, it takes you to a slide with a video that tells you the story of the opera. And we're learning about Carmen. And then you go to the next slide, next slide. There it is. And then there's things that they can fill out. Now we, full disclosure, did this all together as a group. So I just put it on the screen and I chose the first 2 and then I let them pick after that because I wanted them to know what an opera is and I wanted them to know the story before we looked at the other things. And so I just had them answer out loud and then they did like the last one together, but you could also send it to them. So then like if you click on Bizet, who's the composer, it tells you what opera is and it tells you about Bizet and that he's the composer and what a composer is. And then there's a spot they can write 3 things. So after each like section, there's something they're supposed to write. And then up at the top, it'll say, go back to the theater. So when you click on Carmen, it takes you to Carmen's song. And when you click on Don Jose, it takes you to talk about him. If you click on the flag, it tells you about Spain because that's where it's set. And then if you click on Escamillo, it takes you to my favorite part. Escamillo's part. So Escamillo is a character in the opera Carmen. Did I say that? This is Carmen. So in the opera, Escamillo is a bullfighter who shows up at like the end, and he sings that super famous song that you know even if you don't think you know. It's the Toreador on God, Toreador, Toreador, except in a manly voice. And so the first slide just says like who Escamillo is and why he shows up and all of that kind of stuff and what a toreador is. It's a bullfighter. And then you get to learn the lyrics and actually learn the song. So these lyrics are in English. It's like an English translation, translation to the chorus. And so it goes, Toreador on God, Toreador, Toreador. And as you fight, just think that from above, dark eyes send their regard, with promises of love, Toreador, with promises of love. And if you don't want to sing it, you can go and if you click on there's a recording that has it like plays for you and it has all the words and everything and stuff like that so that you can check it out. And so we do that and we add actions because I add actions to everything in case you're curious. For Toreador, we're waving our little Toreador like bullfighter thing back and forth. On guard, we hold up our sword. As you fight, just think that from above, we just point our head. Dark eyes, point to our eyes. And then usually for regard, we go like this, because I tell them if you're having a hard time hitting that high note, to take your finger and go like this and pretend it's coming out of the top of your head, and that makes a huge difference. With promises of love, toreador, with promises of love. So really, really simple. I tell them they don't have to sing it if they don't want to, especially because they're on mute, so I can't hear them anyway, but they do need to at least kind of do the action so I can see. And so that gets, most of them are singing, but it's like a little bit less pressure. And then after that, we watch a video of Escamillo singing the song, and you can see him like huffing all around and being all, I'm Escamillo and I'm awesome, and all that stuff. So for the most part, there's also a video of Maria Callas singing the habanera, the which is another one you know even if you don't think you know it. And most of the kids said they liked this one better, I think just because it's fun and it's like big and pompous and just all of that stuff. So really, really fun. And then at the end, I do have them do this. So I give them like just this slide, and they type out 3 things they learned, 1 thing that surprised you. I love asking that because opera in general is crazy. And I tell them this, I'm like, opera is crazy. Like they have the craziest storylines. When you listen to the guy explain this one, you're gonna be like, what? Like, did he just say that? Like, is that happening? Like, what is happening right now? Because it is crazy. So I love asking that because they were cracking me up. They were like, I can't believe she died at the end. It's kind of hilarious. And then what do you think about the opera? And so those are just 3 quick questions to kind of like sum it up and see kind of what they think. We're really working on like describing music this week and just kind of talking about what we like and don't like and learning about different things. On Wednesday, we don't have any class because we have e-learning Wednesdays. It's basically like the kids are doing small groups and they're catching up on their work that they've been assigned throughout the week and stuff like that. So on Thursday, the kids come in and we start with reviewing the Toreador song, and then after that we add some actions because it's my favorite thing to do. Hello, Casey. So we are using the instrumental version of this from the Carbon Suite, I think it is. I will link the exact one in the YouTube video that will be up by tomorrow at the latest. And it is the form A, A, B, A, C, C, A, which is a little obnoxious. I will write that in the, actually, I don't have to write that. This is from a blog post that I wrote my first year of teaching. It was like my first year of teaching. I had just started my blog. This was one of my first posts ever. And I made up this routine to go along with this song, actually for my little kids with scarves. And so I was like, oh, we're talking about Carmen. I'm gonna pull that routine back out. And so I'm doing it with the older kids without scarves, but you know, it's fine. They're really enjoying it anyway. So in the A section, we are marching, and then it comes back the second time. It's a little bit louder. So I say, you can march, and you can also add in your conductor. What's that at the parade when they have like the thing going up and down? So marching on the A section. On the B section, we take our hands and we move up for 8 and down from 8. So it's just like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then on the C section, we do the infinity signs starting at the bottom and moving up. So it's very slow. So it's either 8 or 16 that you're like here. And it's the toreador part, the toreador on guard. And then you move up a little bit, and move up a little bit, and move up a little bit, and then it ends with a nice big A, and you're just marching, and it's very fun. It's also very easy, and it gets them all nice and warmed up for our percussion video. So I found this video a long time ago. I found this video a few months ago, and I think it's Pequeño Mozart, and it's a percussion version of Les Toreadors, and it is for students at home. So it has like, it's almost like those like Rock Band games. You remember those? Do people still play Rock Band? Let me know. And so it has 4 different things. There's like a red circle and a green square, and the little dots hit it, and when it hits, that's when you're supposed to hit. So I tell them to go find one of the things. So one of them is like a cardboard box, one says to do like a spoon, and just all those different things. And so I have them go find one, and then they play along with it. And then we usually do it twice. And the second time I'll tell them, I always, at the end of everything, I always say, all right, show me on your fingers, how do you think you did? One is like, I'm super lost and I have no idea what's happening. 2 is, I kind of got it, but I need more practice. And 3 is like, I totally got it, we can make it harder. And so they type that in the chat, or they just show me on their fingers. And then I say, okay, if you were at a 1, I want you to do the same thing again and try it again, see if you can do better this time. If you were at a 2 or a 3, I want you to pick something different. So if you were playing the cardboard box, now I want you to play the spoon. And then we try it again, but you have to play something different. So it's really fun and it's really easy. There's no actual notation. So if you have maybe like older beginners, this is really great. Just lots of fun, really easy. And it goes over the song that we have been going over. Also, if you are in the classroom, you could totally use like normal instruments too. You would just say like, okay, red is tambourines or whatever. Or you could do kind of like both versions. You could do whatever you want. On Friday, I kind of messed this up. So we don't usually finish everything on Tuesday. So then that kind of leads into Thursday. So then Thursday leads into Friday. So by the time we got to Friday, it was basically more like, instead of everything that I had planned to do, we were listening to Toreador, finishing up anything we hadn't finished, and then we did an instrument Kahoot because they beg me every week to do a Kahoot. So now it's just become like a thing that we do Kahoots on Fridays. And yeah, so not super great. However, I will also say that last week we only met 3 days, and then next week I'm only gonna see them 3 days. So I might beat that up because I feel like that kind of teeters off at the end. But basically on Friday we're just like catching up on all the things that we have missed out on the week. Then thank you guys so much for being here, and make sure that you pop back next week because we'll be talking about 3rd grade. 3rd grade is working on learning about ballet, working on form, working on themes, and working on instruments. And we're doing like all of that with Swan Lake. So super, super, super fun. Thank you so much for being here, and I will see you next time.